So this is Penal Law Article 55 quiz. Felonies are classified into 5 categories. The classes of felonies are A, B, C, D, and E. The highest type of felony is subclassified into 2 categories. The subclassification of felonies are A1 and A2. There are 3 types of misdemeanors, A, B, and unclassified. Offenses are classified based on sentences. In other words, what makes a felony a felony? The amount of time you can get sent to jail for. What's the difference between the 2 categories of misdemeanor? A B misdemeanor can't get more than 90 days in jail. Notwithstanding any other provision of this section, an offense defined outside this chapter, which is defined as a traffic infraction, shall not be deemed a violation or a misdemeanor by virtue of the sentence prescribed therefore. Even if the sentence allows for 30 days in prison and a $500 fine, this does not change the classification of the offense. It's still a traffic infraction. The particular classification or subclassification of each felony defined in this chapter is expressly designated in the section or article defining it. Any offense defined outside this chapter which is declared by law to be a felony without specification of the classification thereof, or for which a law outside this chapter provides a sentence of imprisonment in excess of 1 year, regardless of whether the offense declares itself to be a felony or not, shall be deemed a Class E felony. Here's the key between this and a traffic infraction. If something says it is defined as a traffic infraction, it does not get deemed anything other than a traffic infraction. The key with these things, let me just read them really quickly one more time because I like the way this is recording. Notwithstanding any provisions of this section, an offense defined outside this chapter which is defined as a traffic infraction shall not be deemed a violation or a misdemeanor by the virtue of the sentence. But if there is a misdemeanor that's defined outside the chapter that declares itself as a misdemeanor, it's a Class A misdemeanor, it's deemed. An offense defined outside this chapter but doesn't say what it is, but there's a sentence in excess of 15 days, something that says you could get 30 days in jail, but it doesn't say that it's a traffic infraction, then it's an unclassified misdemeanor. There's a typo in that one. It should have said any offense defined outside this chapter with a sentence of imprisonment in excess of 15 days, but not in excess of 1 year, is provided in the law or ordinance defining it. Such offense shall be deemed an unclassified misdemeanor. Okay? And if the only sentence is a fine and you can only get up to 15 days in jail, then it's a violation. Every violation defined inside this chapter is designated as a violation. But any offense defined outside this chapter, which is not expressly designated a violation, shall be deemed a violation if the only sentence is a fine or the sentence allows for up to 15 days in jail. The sentence allows for more than 15 days, but the law was enacted prior to New York's penal law, and the offense was not a crime prior to that date.